Welcome back. This is Nerd Dad on episode 47 of our Factorio playthrough, and last time we got ourselves this lovely new box for us to play within, a sandbox. What we're going to do in here is start thinking about how we want to lay this out for future use, where we want trains to come in, where we want them to go out. Where are they going to drive? If we run them through all this, we got to kill all this. If we run them through our own zone, then we may not have to go out and do a bunch of bug killing. So, what do we want to do? How much work do we want to put into moving these trains around? I mean, theoretically, the best bet would be to bring them out this way and drive them down this way, but do we want to go on another killing spree and have to deal with all of that? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe we do it easy. Just pop it in across here. Bring it down through here. Snake it off. Wipe this wall. We can just snake it across and bring it down around. Mind you, we're still going to have to kill bugs through here. So either way, we could also bring it right in here. Tap it in the top. Could we bring it right in this line and bring it back out on that line? We might be able to do that. That might actually be efficient somewhat. Let's zoom in there. We got space. Run in there. Run steel. Steel could come down through here. We could jump it across. I think we got a plan. I think we could do that, and that would leave us this processing unit alone. And if we did want to future expand it, we could with what we've got going on down there. So I'm thinking run off this, pull it up, snake it across, which means our in-out's going to be right here, which isn't what I was originally thinking. I was actually thinking I was going to go out that side. So we're going to want our steel out here, but we are going to want to allow an in on this side because eventually we're going to want to have a bunch of ore coming in. There's ore there, ore there. I mean, there is ore up here, but we could snake it around the top. Okay, let's get to work. Enough. Alright, we're gonna probably need a bunch of grenades, but that's okay. We can get the bots to... Oh, we got a bunch. Okay, good. Because we don't blow stuff up. Alright. We're going to need a bunch of power up here eventually too, but we'll just build it all without power to start. Grenades, the best. Okay. We're going to want... What are we going to want here? We're going to want at least one pickup now. What we're going to do is we're going to start building like we want to expand. It's the mistake I've made all the way along. I've tried to shortchange us all the way through, and it's not worked out. So let's get this built properly. Okay, is that going to be big enough? Let's grab our train station and see if... Train station, come on, we know we built them. We know we brought them with us. Where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's perfect. Whoops. It's perfect if I drop the... train station in place. And did we actually get it exactly? Oh, we did too. That was cheat. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Okay, there's one. And we know that we're going to want 2 of these. Eventually, we're going to want to have 2 stations to come in and pick up steel. We're going to alternate them maybe, and we might have 3, 4 trains going back and forth. Who knows? Won't be immediately, but if we were to continue on after endgame, we might want to have all sorts of things going on. What we're going to want for sure is we're going to want a outline. So this would be our in, and we're going to want an out. But before we get too carried away with the out, let's think about where we're going to put some junctions and things like that. Sidings. Why am I having so much trouble finding you? I bet you I can't do what I want to do. I just realized we don't maybe have what I want to do. We haven't learned it yet. I'm jumping ahead. I want that right there. I think we got all the pots in there. Let's build it. Alright. I thought we already had it, but I guess not. Alright, this is our in. fix that up. Alright, we're going to need a bunch of space down here. Now, let's not get too crazy. This is just, probably only need like 1 or 2 sidings. I mean, the fact that we have 2 depots means likely we're only going to need, you know, maybe 1 siding. In fact, we almost don't need one. We could actually use the main line as a siding. So let's build 1 siding just in case. And make sure it's 5 long. Should be close. No, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to have the straight part itself being at least 5. And there's 5. There we go. Okay, we're going to give you an in and an in. And that basically means we've got 2 lines coming in, so we basically have 2 sidings, the equivalent of. It just depends on whether we put stations on each, whether you have them stop here or not. I mean, theoretically, you can just have them coming straight in, and they don't even have to go into there. It's something we will probably use later if we're going to use it at all. I'm just kind of building ahead. And just kind of like that. And then what you have to do is, if you have an outline, kind of like this, I gotta make sure I can zig to it. I'm not sure that's far enough up. Nope, gotta go up a little bit further. There we go. So we're just basically gonna do a bit of a figure cross like that, and that's not gonna work. What are you doing? Just ran off the other line. Dum dum. I was trying to be fancy and not being successful. Okay. Thank you. Pick it up. Okay. How are we gonna wire all this? Well, what we want to do is there's our in, there's our out, there's our in and out, and there's our in and out, or our out and in, depending on how you want to look at it. And both of those should be 5 deep. Perfect. So this is basically where we're going to have our cars come in and unload. What we really would like is a bunch of stack inserters here. That is the most efficient way to do this, is with stack inserters. We haven't quite got there yet. We need way too many for what we've got, so we're going to just do it with blues, which is kind of cheesy, but well, we'll see. I'm not sure we're going to have enough to do what we want to do here anyways. I might have to run back and forth a little bit. Okay, we're going to want some passives. We're going to just do 1 line for right now, so I'm going to pull this one offline here. This is going to be steel pickup on hold. And this one's going to be steel pickup. I don't want to name them the same thing because I don't want them coming in here and trying to pick up. Because I need them all to come here. And we'll just do this. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's 8. 24. We need 24 requesters. 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be a little shy, I'm thinking. Okay, and once we get those, we'll do them. Oh, but I got 50 passive providers. We're okay. Okay, that is where we're going to have all our stuff go out. I'm just trying to think about where things are going to live. Furnaces. Which way should we run? Up, down, or left, right? I'm thinking up. If we go up, down, we can expand. So let's do that. It's going to be a little bit tight, but we can... actually, let's start with the robo ports. We're going to want them like out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should work. And then we're going to want, I don't know, somewhere around about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, welcome to electric furnaces. And we're just going to kind of get this set up here real fast. And you're going to come down here and you are going to feed. Hopefully you're going to be fast enough with 2. I'm hoping you will be able to handle that because I don't have stack inserters going. In which case it would be really easy. And you're going to come in like this. And you're not for you. Okay. And when you get done, you're going to come in from about there. Okay, and what I want to do is I'm just going to kind of grab, we're going to do a couple temporary blueprints here just to kind of help speed us up a bit. Actually, let's just get the power lines in place first and then do a good job of it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that should be a little bit better. And we'll grab that blueprint now and bring her down. We don't need the other bits. And just grab that really temporarily and just lay it over top of there and say, can you rebuild that for me? There we go. And while it's doing that, we'll start working on the other side because I don't have the mirror image ready to go yet. So we'll just kind of do the other side while it's working away. And just kind of... and we'll mirror image that down, then we'll grab that whole set and duplicate the whole thing. Are you telling me we're out of blues? What is going on? Oh, we picked up all that stuff. You guys are going to steal them all on me too when they come off, aren't they? They're grabbing them before I can get them. Yeah, great cheats. I need a couple more. They're too fast for me, but I think that's all they've got now, so the rest are mine. We could probably lay in the power poles. They shouldn't have to lay them in the middle. Should be able to just come along and do this side. Get that done. Power poles, got those, oops, in and out, oops, almost there. Gonna need some blue inserters, unfortunately. We're not gonna have enough. Always missing something. That's okay, we gotta run some power lines and things out of here, and we're in some train tracks so we can kind of multitask while we're doing this. But what we will do is we'll grab this really quickly just so we don't forget and say what we want to do is that. Please just duplicate it again right there. At least we can get out some of it laid out, and then they'll come back and finish it up for us when we get back once we get some blue inserters. That's brilliant, and we're gonna go get rid of that. And that one's, what's going on? What are you doing? Weird. This one's it's goofed because when I right click on it, it won't let me delete it because there's nothing there, so I can't get rid of it. I'm afraid to hit that destroy blueprint book. That would not be good. I wonder if I can do it this way. If I grab a new blueprint book, shove it in there, not that one, and put this blueprint in it, and then destroy the blueprint book. Haha! We figured it out. Aha! We figured out how to get rid of it. Okay, and we just want to go like this, and basically what we're going to do is just grab all this and just say, yep, that's what we want. And now we want 2 of them, please. And let's let our guys get to work here for a bit. Again, we'll have to wait for those blue inserters. We can try to help out a bit, maybe. Just helps them go a little bit faster. You can see that I didn't put both of these on one line. It's just something I kind of like to do when I get to this stage. I start doubling up the lines just to make sure that if they do bind up, they're kind of getting a little bit more material on the lines. It's the point where I feel like I have the extra resources to spare, so running an extra line is not a big deal to me. So what we're doing here is, you can see that we kind of got a top and bottom. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing our iron ore to iron plates here, and then we're just going to be feeding them right down to the steels. It's almost a 1-to-1 ratio. If you can keep this full, you'll basically keep this full. It basically works out almost bang to the penny. Okay, and come on, you guys. Let's get the rest of those down. Nice thing is now that they've got it kind of spaced out, should be able to just get them all in. How are we 1 short? Who's carrying the 1? There it is. I say it can't be 1 short because we counted 80 and we've got 80 exactly planted. Come on, get in there. I don't know what you're doing. Getting a couple more tracks. Okay, we've got all that laid out. We just need some blue inserters and it's basically ready to go. What else we need? I think what we'll do is we'll just keep finishing this off, and once we've got it finished, that way we'll know exactly what we need to get, like anything else we might have missed. Alright, I believe we come in here and go like this, and hey, what you doing? We want to go north-south on these, so we're going to kind of go like this. I have to move this tank. And you can see that I'm building well off the track. I'm not worried that it's going to build stuff because we'll just go around and clean it up. It's just so much easier just kind of like, oh, okay, just do it all. Oh dear, that was not a good drop. That was a bad drop. There we go. And get it on up this side. Here. And if we find that this won't keep up, then what we'll do is we'll bring that other one for 2 million online. And I'm thinking we've got 2 lines coming in. We could think maybe about a 3rd set. I'm going to see if we can get one of these lines split in half and get it to really keep these nice and thick. It shouldn't be a problem for us, but just if it is, we will address that then. Oh dear. I just overwrote a bunch of stuff. Don't need you, don't need you. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. You're not useful to me, neither are you. Okay, who else is pretending? Who's a pretender? Oh, what are you doing? Not you. Problem is they've all got tired, so they can't get out and get their work done. Alright, where's our miners? Miners. I hear them being plunked down, so I know they're around somewhere. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. We don't need one on the end there. And just get you guys to go and pick up a few more at the top end here. Maybe that's one that needs to be done right over there. Looks like one that's not built. There we go. I think the rest are... Oh, it's got a few down here on the bottom that's storing in place. Okay. Other than not having power, it's looking pretty good. This these two outside lines are kind of weak. That middle one's solid, so we'll try to get that middle one going to the far side and maybe join these two up. I'm thinking between, well, actually, maybe we'll split this one over here on the far left here, and this one's not too bad. Okay, what else do we need to do here? We're gonna need a couple boxes here like that, a couple like that, and two like this. So the idea here is that we're gonna have the steel be coming off the end here, and we're gonna have these nice passive providers. And whoops, that's not right. We have these passive providers and the robots that we're going to dump in here. Where's our car? We're going to dump a bunch of logistical robots into there, and we're going to keep this separate from our network. We're going to keep this all by itself up here. And we still haven't built the other one to, you know, kind of load it up yet. We're going to do that. Excuse me. This is the wrong car. Because my right car is actually, I believe, the tank, because I transferred everything to it. Haha, joke's on me. And we probably could use those construction bots too. Okay, and all we have to do is basically, there's 200. Now we're going to probably want, I usually like to have about 300 per front and back. But you can see I have a little grid here, and what I'll probably do is make sure the other grid is separate from this grid so they're not going back and forth. I want them to I want these guys to live in this little box, and all I want them to do is kind of fly back and forth between here and here. Yeah, that's the other thing we got. We got our passive requester chests. We want them to just kind of fly back and forth, just doing the same thing, you know, world's worst job, same thing every day, all day, back and forth, back and forth. That's all they're going to do for us. And we're going to tell them what we want is we want steel. Blue Horseshoe loves Anacon steel. And we're going to say we want about 1,000 in there. And we're going to let it just backlog these. And that was a lovely misquote, I'm sure. It was something like that. I should know. I've only watched it way too many times. Just making sure, and then, you know, it would be nice if we had some cement up here. That would be just like the finishing touches, making it look nice and pretty. Alright. What do you got on you? I don't need any more walls. You know, my guns. Just trying to figure out where I can get some space. And I think we dump a bunch of combat bots here. Not combats yet. We'll just throw a bunch of construction robots in one of those boys. And kind of want to drive, but kind of also want to walk, because I gotta... Oh, actually, you know what we really do need to? Yeah, we got a couple things we need to do. Okay, we're gonna need a couple of power things set up. Oh yeah, we're short power poles too. Oh yeah, we're just short all over the place. Okay, get those nice and tight to there. That's that. We should run some coal in here maybe. Depends on if we have coal in the offload, so we'll have to take a look at that. Going to definitely need some power around these. Just double it right up. Actually, I can just do it like that. And you guys are going to need power at the end here. Kind of like that and that. That should be good. We can weave these together. We're at that point where we can do this as well, so we can just bring this down. And that'll be our in. Trying to get as much done as we can here before we take off to get some goodies. We have stone on there, I'm not sure, but let's get rid of it, because that would just goof up our system. Okay, and then we're going to want a little bit of power running between the two just to keep it all working. And we're going to need more power lines apparently. Okay, so what is our trashy? Well, we're going to say we don't need that anymore. We're going to say what we want when we get down south is we're going to want... Start putting our requester list together here. We're going to want 100 of those. And how are we looking on the big boys? I got 50 of those, we're okay. Don't really need the rail at this point, but it'd be nice to get some. We're going to ask for 100 of those. I want to make sure we got enough of those. Rail stations. Let's get you guys in here as well. I want 50 of you. I'm not sure if we've got these guys on the network or not, but let's test it and see if we do. We've got that. We're running short of tracks, so we should get a bunch of that. And everything else is looking decent-ish. We don't need any more of these yet. We might want some more later. I could ask for some logistical robots, but that's not going to work very well. So let's just grab our car here. I keep thinking I'm going to grab the car, and I keep changing my mind. Okay, let's do this. Let's run right off the end of here. And just run straight out this way. I'm going to have to do a little back and forth here. Why did you burp? That was weird. Must be too far ahead of you. Alright. Okay. And then we're going to need to get this rail line fixed up here as well. And we're not going to have enough rail to finish this all. So I think what we'll do is we'll run the... I think we'll run the in first. And that'll set our near corners. Alright. And where are we going to go? We decide we're going to try to hook into there. Okay. And... take a little bit of doing, but we should be okay. You are going to be right there. Go away. Alright, where's this track coming in? This is where you get into these. You got to kind of run back and forth, try to eyeball it. I do like to have them somewhat straight. Oh, actually, we're way off the other end. Okay. Or maybe we just want to run a diagonal here. What are our chances we're going to keep going straight north? There isn't much up there. Let's run an angle. Typically, I like to do a nice left turn, but frankly, I think it's just overkill at this point. So we'll bring this down. This is our inside. Just gotta keep remembering inside so I don't hook to the wrong side. What side? Outside. No, that's not right. And hopefully this will sneak by this corner of the wall. Oh, we just snuck it by. Wasn't a blue horseshoe? Is that what I said? I don't know. Kind of like my head's off and what was that quote? Okay, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. And let's give you some laser defense just for... Actually, you're going to come out of there too, aren't you? Let's see what you're going to be looking like. Yeah, you're going to have a guy coming right through you as well. So there's no point in building you nice and pretty because, frankly, you're coming out too. Both of you, you're gone. You're gone. Your family's gone. You're all gone. Lasers. And do we have any? We don't have enough. I need one more. Okay, give me the one. And one wall. We have one wall. We are successful. Okay, there's our... We're hooked up now. That's something. And I believe we already had our start there, so that's great. I'll just kind of bring this one through. No point running it all the way back. Do we have a car in here somewhere? Nope. But we can hitch a ride on a train if we're so inclined, and I think we are, because we're running out of time here, so let's just jump on you. Tell you to take us to self-pickup, I guess. Yeah. Go, go, go! Watch, it'll sit at the siding and wait for 20 minutes. No! When they work, I love them. When they don't, it's like, what did I do? Okay, well, that was handy. Anybody remember what we needed? Because I think I forgot, which is why we hooked up a bunch of robots to do stuff. Well, there's getting rid of some wood or something. What are you guys getting rid of? Wood, track. Speaking of track, I'll stand right here because you're about to give me a whole bunch, aren't you? That was a bunch, but it wasn't 500, that's for sure. There we go. Everybody's getting in on the act. Yeah, just chewing away at it. It's almost faster if you just kind of go, you know, guys, I know what you're trying to do. Alright, we got the track. I don't need lasers. I wouldn't mind if we could, I think I'm going to pop up here and grab another 100 logistical robots. And apparently I'm not going to. Wow. Just not getting them in there. That's the downside to doing this. You're almost better to have the logisticals with their own port. But, yeah, well, what's done is done. What do we got? 50-50. There we go. Oh, we got exactly 50. Lucky me. And what else are we looking at? Train signals. We got those. And we got the. We got our. No, we haven't got our power poles. And is that because we gave them the wrong kind of box? It is. Well, we're standing here. There's our 100. There's our 50. Okay, we got the 100 blues. Got our 100 blues. We still got lots of roboports. We're gonna need. We might as well pick up a couple more. I'm just looking to see what else we might want. I think we've got her. Alright, do we have a car handy? What's that over there? A tank or a car? Oh, of course you're hidden. Well, I think there is another... Actually, there is another car right up here because I was afraid I was going to pick it up. So we got cars all over the place. Tank, car. Alright, we got cars. Just save us a little bit of running. Probably could grab the nuke train. I just want to goof up its cycle because we kind of got it set as a cycle. So hopefully I've remembered everything. We'll find out. What do you got inside you? Hey, it's some extra track, wood and stuff. Something. Alright, here we go. Just checking signals here on the way. And we have an in and out on the signal, so that's fantastic. Let's see if we can do some railway building by car. I'm not great at it, but if you just kind of... I find if I just stop instead of trying to do it going too fast, I don't get track going all over the place. At least it's good for these long stretches. Don't be like that. Oh, you're gonna be a jerk and make me have to come way back here, aren't you? You are. Now, this isn't gonna be a good fit here because we've got this other track coming in kind of quite a bit higher, so I might have to do a little weave to get it. So I'm gonna give myself some space here just so I can weave it in because it's gonna probably need a little bit of a bump. don't think we're going to be able to cut down to 1, are we? Oh, we can. Oh, we did do it right. Well, that's a thing of beauty then. Well, just like we planned it. Just like we planned driving through that hole too. Pure chance if it worked. Okay, that's our outline. And our outline, you can see, starts there and it can end way down at that other piece. We could put some extra junctions in there. We're not going to. We've got power. I see that we're hooked up. That's brilliant. We're just going to get that going. You need some power at the end here. There we go. Oh, why didn't you get power in the middle there? What's going on with you fine folks? Alright, backlogging, that's good. It's all looking good. Now, what's our power looking like down here? And let's get all these blue inserters in place, and once we do that, let's hook this puppy up. Come on, get them all. Go get them. So much faster when they do those types of things, because it just takes so long clicking all over the place. Come on. You miss anybody? Is everybody good? Okay. So what we decided, we want that center line to be its own line, and we're gonna split one of those lines. Let's split this near line, and we'll. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a quarter here and 3/4 into that one, or just half and half. Maybe I'll just half and half and see how it works. Okay. Let's do it. I can save a little bit on lines if I just do it here, something like this. Kind of like that. And that should get it all kind of working together. Okay, so you, sir, are going to come over like this. And you, sir, going to run right into this line here like this. And I like trying to time it so that it all goes in about the same speed. Oh, that was pretty close. Alright, let's see if this thing lights up the skies and see what happens. So, there comes our ore, nice and quick. And we'll get it down, and these furnaces will take a while because they got to load 5 each, so I'll get those going. They'll start to slowly light up. So far so good. We're keeping the lines full going in. Oh, that one there's catching up a bit. So as long as we can keep those full, we're okay. Okay, so far so good. We're getting some steel out. Now you can see that these bots are starting to... Whoops. What we didn't get was the... We went through all those blues already? Went through 100 blues. Are you kidding me? Wow. Didn't think we had that many on there. Just didn't do the maths, so I didn't really know. Oh, we need 5 more. Come on. I could use the purples. Well, I got some greens I could use too if I really wanted to, but nah. So you'll see what will start happening is as they start going, they'll just keep loading. Hopefully, I mean, typically one of these is good. You just have the second one in reserve just so you don't get a backlog. And they'll just fly back and forth and keep filling them. And the cool thing is that they kind of keep them even. If you look, you know, 4, 6. You don't get one with like 100 and one with like 1. They try to keep it somewhat organized, which is kind of neat. Now, could we run these in these and just do little things? Yeah, we could, but that wouldn't be any fun. It's kind of a neat thing to do, and it's even kind of nicer. I mean, this kind of setup, you kind of well, you can just run it right in there. Well, you also notice my footprint for my train station's a lot smaller. My power footprint's quite a bit bigger, but I can basically put two of these side by side, whereas for me to put two stations side by side, I think we actually have a... Did we make a great big one? Just looking to see if we had a great big train station built at one point. We don't. Well, if we go back and look what it looked like, actually we haven't really done a great big one. But you can see this one here where we got part of it. If I had to have two lines in, I'd have to have twice that. So I'd take all this real estate, whereas I can fit two in the same space as one, basically. So that's the advantage to building like this. And frankly, you can see the amount of robots I'm using right now, next to zip. I mean, frankly, they're not even breaking a sweat. And we've got just about every furnace going. They'll slowly all light up. And frankly, that's about as good as it's going to get. You know, we need to really make this quite a bit bigger for this to really put a lot of guys in here. We're only up to like 26. So what have we got? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. You know, for this to become something that's really going to feed our system, probably 2 to 3 times the size of this, which means us going back and forth and getting a bunch of supplies. We're not going to do that. We're okay with where we're sitting. We're going to just use this little bit to kind of do our thing. The other thing that we could do here, and we're not going to right now, but what we could do here is we can put a train line coming in similar to this out. And then what we can do is we can just put requesters up on the ore here and pull right off of the train right into the requesters on top of these lines here. So we're basically set. We just, you know, all we have to do is bring a line in. The one thing I know that we don't have right now is we haven't really built the south end of the train line. And I'm thinking, since we got all this coal up here, why don't we do this as well? Why don't we build 1, 2 requesters and put one there. Oops. This is the other nice thing, is you don't have to run lines everywhere when you have the robots do it, which is kind of a nice thing. And where's my requesters? There's 1, there's 2. And we're just going to ask him, he's going to say, could I please have 150 coal? Now, because I'm thinking I don't want to, I'll say cross-contaminate this little network I've built right here with any other ones. Like if I was to build this other train one here, I don't want my robots going back and forth. So what I'm going to have to do is bring in a line of coal at least until it's within my network. So it's kind of the downside. There are other ways to do it. I could actually bring it, if I had a network over here, I could have it within its network here, bring it, and then use an inserter just across the two networks. So there's a couple tricks you can kind of play with there. That's not beautiful, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. Frankly, we don't really need to worry too much about anything at this point. We kind of got those bugs back on track. Let's just check our box. So we just need to pull it down into here somewhere. And we'll do a rough line right now. I have no idea where my train's going right now, so we'll just kind of blurb this in here. Just double check. What's this say? It needs to come in probably just off the TOA here. So we can kind of just do this. Four more. Throw a inserter on it. And throw a passive provider. Oh, we got right on the corner. Nice. Just put that box on there. And then what you'll see is a bunch of bots flying up there to pick up a bunch of coal and throw it into these boxes for us. So basically, there you go. Nice and easy. Don't have to run the thing the whole way. Would it have hurt us to run it this way and hop it over like we have in the past? No. But you basically can see you can start playing with the robots a bit. So it gets a lot more complex when you start building bigger and bigger systems. You can imagine if I put this to twice the size and I do a little hopscotch for the coal, and I have lots of trains, then all of a sudden I just need one little central place that can kind of jump around. And if I don't mind the bots being, you know, cross-contaminating, which can't, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it just takes a little bit of time, and if you've got enough of them, it doesn't really matter. You know, if you're filling up these ports and stuff, oh, go to town. Have a good time with it. Just let them do whatever. Alright, next problem. We're going to get a train right here and just get it filling up with coal. So I want to steal this to see where we're going to go here. I want to go on a bit of a train ride to get a feel for what this is going to look like. What we're going to want to do is shoot off the end of here and right down into here. So we're going to take a train ride south because it's going to be faster than if we walked. And boy, do these things haul when they don't have any cars behind them. There's a bullet. We're going to have to watch our signals. We got a green. And we're still green. And, oh, there we go. Got the right one. And a right here, please. And just stay straight and stop. Thank you. And what we're going to do with you, sir, is we're going to bring you right off the end of here. Right now, I'm only going to build one for you. I'm just going to build a sort of, hey, we're coming in here, we're getting rid of this steel, and we're out of here. I want to kind of pull off this line here. I want to use this outline. And I'm going to have to kind of goof up our other thing here a little bit, but not too bad. There we go. So because I'm now sort of going through this line, we're just going to have to basically make this an in out right here. And out. You can see that it doesn't goof that up because he's still waiting for this to be available. It's smart enough to know, you know, back in the day it might have come and parked in behind there, and that isn't any good, but it doesn't do that. So very nice. And what we can do here is we're going to grab a train station or train stop. We have one, right? Yeah, there we go. And because I'm only running one right now, I'm just going to put it right here. If we start thinking about more, what we might have to do is come off of here and give a couple of sidings. But because I'm only running one right now, and I'm just kind of planning on that for the immediate future, I just want to get this thing working. Okay. You, sir, stop. What do you got? And we actually don't even need... Oh, yeah, we're going to need engines on each end. Okay, you're going to be steel. I don't know. Let's make you... Can we make you white? Is that white? Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay. You are going to be a steel drop. Steel, steel, steel. Steel drop. And we're going to say train. We want you to go to steel pickup. And we want you to get, I don't know. Let's just do $2,000 at a time, because it's going to take a while for us to get $2,000 with how slowly we're producing up there, but we'll get there. And once you've done that, you can come down to steel drop and go to inventory empty. And we will just throw some train cars on you. I don't think you were connected. You were. And we're going to need an engine at the back of you. And let's just copy, paste, paste. And I think that should work. Let's hope for the best. Okay. Now nothing's going to happen because when it gets back down here, we don't have anything for it to do. But that's okay. What are we going to have for it? Well, what we want to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to make some passive provider chests. Yes, we're going to do the same thing down here. And we're going to get these robots working hard. You guys just around the base have been way too lazy for way too long. They just kind of work for me. Now they're going to work for everybody. Okay, and what we're going to want to do, of course, is get a bunch of roboports here. And the reason why you always, you know, I kind of showed it before, but you want to make sure you have a few places for them to come and rest. And especially on this one, because they're going to be flying a bit, I'm going to want them to have a bit of a rest spot. And why don't we just concrete this now that we've got it there. And we weren't doing anything special there. We can actually concrete both sides of that to make it look nice. Little platform. Get a little bit of concrete in there. Make our lives good. And actually we'll just concrete it straight down. Okay. Seems like every time I try to run a straight line I get one little bump and I feel like I have to go back and finish it off. So you can see these guys, they're coming in. They're unloading. Now they don't have any requesters yet, so there's nothing that's really going to happen, but they're going to easily unload all that. You know, they're going to concrete. I was like, where are they going? But what we are going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to say what we want now is 5, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put a bunch of requesters right here and slam them down. I'm not too worried about these few things we're building back here because we're beyond those furnaces. So, once we get these built, we'll slam them into place. Why don't we just mark where they're going to go? Let's just mark it at the end here. 4 on that side, 4 onto that one. The smart play says put a splitter at the back end to even out your track. Kind of like that. The smarter play says make sure that when you pull stuff off of there, you can get rid of it very fast. So get your line oranged up as much as you can. And we come along and we say, you can see stuff starting to go now. Here we go. We got the concrete. We got all sorts of stuff going out. And once we throw this online, it's going to need a robo... No, it just needs power. Okay. And you, sir, want... Oh, I don't know. You probably only need about 500 in each one. And there we go. And the funny thing is they're working already. Even though they don't have power, which is kind of strange. But we'll get them juiced up here in a sec. There we go. And what we should see is a bunch of logistical robots flying up there and getting some stuff. Now this port is going to get really busy, so we're going to get some more ports rammed right in this little zone here. Give them all a nice place so they got places to feed up their, get juiced up. And as long as we got power in there, should be in good shape. And all of a sudden, look at that line start to thicken up, and we're gonna get this line sped right up too. Now that we're kind of getting everything on track, let's just run right down here and just push it right to the end. Go, go, go. And we'll run it back. And I think we're almost there. Problem with running across other lines, these guys are getting really... They got stuff they want to get rid of, apparently. Because they're just going nuts. And I really do think it's time for us to get our logisticals their own little box. Okay, but you can see now all of a sudden we got a bunch of stuff going on. You know, we're getting rid of stuff, we're doing things. All those yellows that I picked up are being thrown away, which is exactly what we want to see. What we'll do is we'll throw a requester, we'll recycle those. We'll start getting some of that done, start recycling. But you can see how quickly we got this steel line back in shape. That was not too shabby. I'm not too disappointed with what we've got. Unfortunately, I don't think we can see up here because we don't have a thingamadoo. A radar dish. But what have we done? Well, we were talking back last episode and saying what we really want to be able to do is start working on our robotics, our low density structures. I feel like now we could make a push on that. You know, we've got lots of metal coming in. We can start, you know, if we find that that's not enough, we can keep pushing it. And I finally feel like we're actually getting some use out of our robots. You know, they were just kind of doing a little here, a little there, basically keeping us supplied, but not really doing a lot for us. And I've just noticed that we've gone offline with coal up here. And so next time, the very first thing we are going to do is get this all into electric coal miners, so we don't have to worry about the coal anymore, because apparently we're running out of coal. So, thanks for joining me. I'm Nerdad, and I am out.